live on Faceplant. And I hope these are sounding okay. I guess we'll find out once we get an audience. Whether they're too loud, not loud enough. Considering I really haven't used them. Uh-oh, what's that warning? Oh, okay. We're running at 100%. Well, that's nice to know. And a full YouTube signal. Well, that's nice to know, too. I changed a little bit of the lighting. It looks a little better tonight. The lighting looks a little better tonight. I think it's time to start. From station WDWL TV storeroom, with great anticipation, we bring you the pride of the station. Me, the grumpy old man. And there will be no obligatory bows from the asshole back there because, as you can see, he's on strike. Works for me. How you doing, Ron? I'm doing a microphone test. How do they sound? I've never used these over here. I've used them over in Studio One when they were hooked directly to the soundboard running through the interface. These are running through an XLR to USB converter. So I decided to give them a test. Oh, wonderful. I almost didn't test them. About 10 seconds before airtime, I'm sitting here going, mic check, mic check. I forgot to turn them on. I was like, whoa. Yeah. They sound a lot better when you turn them on. I bought these. When did I get these? I bought them a year ago in December. And I got them from Sweetwater. They were Behringers. They were regularly $129.95, marked down to $49.95. I was like, in my price range, and I used them over in the other studio, and they seemed to work all right. And I decided I'm going to try them over here. And it's amazing. They're little itty bitties. That's all the bigger they are. And one in the other studio, they sounded wonderful. So today I was kind of screwing around. I said, oh, not to mention I got a new Y connector. That's another reason I'm testing them today. For some reason, my other Y connector, it quit working. The sad thing is, shit made in China, especially electronics, are garbage. Absolute garbage. I usually don't buy cables and stuff from China. Where I usually buy my stuff from, the guy was out of the XLR-Y connector. So, you get what you pay for. I get this connector from this eBay seller. I buy it. I get it here. It says made in China. I used it like 3 times. And the other day, I was going to use these microphones. About a week and a half ago. One mic was working, one wasn't. So I swapped the connectors. Then this mic was working and this one wasn't. It was a goddamn Y connector. Luckily, where I get most of my electronics from, he had them back in stock. I order it. The connector comes in today. I hooked it up. I'm back in business. How do you like your iPad? Now, if you're working in the kitchen, answer me later. Me, I just can't justify the expense of Apple products. I just I I know they're better engineered. Steve Jobs always had dynamite software. I just can't justify the price, considering it only cost Apple $75 per iPad to manufacture. So when they're charging what they're now I realize there's a lot of costs involved, but I still, I mean, like my good old LG. This thing is going on 13 or 14 years old. Thing works great, except the battery's starting to get a little weak. To each his own, if you're happy with it. Now, I do know Apple software kicks ass, especially like, a friend of mine, he swears by their laptops. You can hook anything up, and it's like plug and play, like a printer. It's not like me with a Windows unit where I have to download installation software. Apple products, you hook the shit up, it installs itself. Plus, they've got some kick-ass editing software, and they're, what is it, iMovie. I I watch what the hell is that? They hold every year. Oh, okay, Kathy. No problem. I hope they win. Enjoy your night out. I'm trying to think of what the hell that developers conference or whatever the Apple holds every year. And I watch, the demonstrations for like the iMovie software. You know, video it, clip it, adjust sound, do this, change that. Not to mention anybody in Hollywood. They all use Apple products. Production studios, my buddy's son has a production studio out on the NBC complex in Burbank. He rents a studio over there. All of his equipment is all Apple. His desktops, everything, because he said it's top notch. Well, it's the price. I can't justify Apple's prices on anything, whether it be a phone, an iPod. I don't even, do they even make the iPods anymore? The iPads, the laptops, the desktops. Now, like I say, my buddy's son has a production studio out in Hollywood. He does a lot of commercials. some of his Apple desktops are like $8,000 to $10,000. Now, we're talking a godzillion terabyte unit, and he makes commercials. He edits podcasts for movie stars. But the average desktop, God, I was looking at used stuff. I'm like, geez, I just can't justify it. Although I'm cheap. Plus, if I was to get an iPad, it would be like me trying to read a Chinese dictionary. I've used nothing but Windows products and Android stuff forever. I've never had anything Apple, so to each his own. If you're happy with it, God love you, man. If you're getting the performance out of it that you expect, that's all we can ask. Okay, I hope Linda shows up tonight. I got some interesting information, although she probably already knows it, but I did a little research today. I actually gargled a few things. I kind of enjoyed the news article today with good old Elon Musk's test of his Mars rocket that went haywire again. He ain't never going to get nothing to Mars, let alone the moon at the rate he's going. One day I had to take. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope she pops in for a little bit. Man, I feel sorry for her. She has one good day and three bad. It's one step forward, two steps backwards. My neighbor, she screwed up her iPhone. So she asked me if I would take her out to the Apple store. So I'm looking around, and we get to the cash register. I don't know what she had to buy or what. There was a 92-year-old woman in front of us buying an iPad. And as she was turning to walk out, I says, "Oh, are you upgrading?" She went, "No. First one I ever bought." I says, "Oh, you changing from Apple, from Android to Apple?" She goes, "No. I just decided it's about time I get into technology." I was like, good for her. Yeah, I wanted to tell Kathy before she blitzed out. She was telling me yesterday about these chef's gloves where you can slice food, and if you miss, you won't cut your hand. They're like mesh. like the old knights used to wear. Well, the glove that was $6.95 today, a lightning deal special, $2.20. I bought two of them. Good old Timu. Every now and then you hit them lightning deals and you get a real bargain. So I've got two coming now. Watch, both of mine will be defective. I'll end up chopping my frickin' fingers off. That's like, I've been seeing this ad for this new cell phone holder. And it, you mount it and you twist to get it the suction to hold, and then it pops out and there's a magnet that holds your cell phone or some shit. They've been advertising it on YouTube, the damn ads. So I'm looking at the ad and I decide, for the hell of it, I'll just check this thing out. Well, it was regularly $37.99. If you order it today, it's $18.99. While I'm on Temu, there's 5 sellers with the exact same goddamn cell phone holder for anywhere between $2.20 and $3.50. The exact same thing. That's like the radar detector I bought. The ad on YouTube, $70. I got the exact unit off of Temu for $12. Not that I need a radar detector, but yeah. Cleveland's starting to install these goddamn cameras all over the place now, so. Exact same unit. Where did you run into Linda? Was she in somebody's chat, or you guys email back and forth, or Discord back and forth? Are we going? I don't know why this. I don't know why this thing goes into echo mode all the time. It's something in Prism. I don't understand it. We can't blame it on the microphones. Oh, you guys text back and forth? Yeah, it figures. I look up information and then she don't show up. But we can't blame her. If you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day. The girl's got more health problems. It's sad. Like I say, she takes 2 steps forward and 1 step backward all the time. It just. Yeah, I looked up that school bus accident. Especially considering she said that the in Alabama, or was it Mississippi? She had 4 DUIs. Well, besides her DUIs, she had 4 speeding tickets. Where did I put the note? Where did I put my note? I got notes all over the place. That's not the note. Where the hell did I put the note? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Don't tell me I threw the wrong note away. I should probably throw some of these notes out. I think I threw the damn note away. Oh, man. Well, maybe good thing she's not here. Oh, I found it. Now, it didn't say whether she was driving a school bus. February 2021, she gets a ticket for 71 and a 45. May of 23, she gets a ticket for 74 and a 55. September of 24, she gets a ticket for 80 in a 55. And they estimate that she was doing 54 in a 45 when she had the crash. Now, they get that out of the black box because now everything has a black box, even your car. I don't know what year they started, but now every vehicle, like a plane, has a black box. And I know insurance adjusters plug into them and take the readings. So I don't know if she got these tickets in a bus or if she got them in her car. But this is in addition to the DUIs. And the school board says, well, we use an outside source to check our drivers. And evidently, she fell through the cracks. Yeah. I think the school board needs to do their own driver's license checking because it's obvious the outside company you hired didn't do their job. And that crash looked pretty nasty. I guess one student is still in the hospital. I think that's the one with the broken pelvis. So that was the research I did today. I was going to tell Linda about, although She probably already knew. Sounded like she was right on top of that accident. Gee, it's odd not having either one of them here. Linda's not feeling well, and Kathy's at a ball game. Although, good excuses for both of them. You know, if you're sick, you're sick. And Grandma's there to cheer on her grandson, so I hope they win. I'll be asking Grandma for a play by play. I kind of like these little microphones. Yeah, she had told me she listens in. See, I'll tell you, I have probably got 10 scanners. The only thing that they're good for now is if I want to listen to Conrail and the train switching in the yard up from me or the airport. None of them will receive any police, fire, or EMS because in Cleveland everything's all fucking scrambled and I'm not spending that kind of money for a scanner. And I tried some of these apps. Waste of time. Because, like in Cleveland, we've got 6 districts. I've tried 4 of these scanner apps. You will hear the dispatcher call for like car 122 and give them a call. You don't hear them answer. Because with 6 districts, the way the scanner works, whatever car or whichever district dispatcher keys up next, that's what you hear. Back in the day, before they went scrambled ultra high, I had a scanner for each district. So I could listen to District 1, hear the cars get dispatched, and hear them call back. District 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had a stack. 6 scanners, plus I had one for fire, and I had one for EMS. Everything is ultra high and scrambled. Yes, something in the settings sounds like it isn't reacting. Yeah, there's something no matter even taking the battery out, There's something locked into the memory. That's what it sounds like to me. There's something, even with the battery out, it's locked in the memory. So you're going to have to go through your goddamn settings and see. Oh, I know, Ron. Believe me. In order to read half the goddamn manuals and shit, you need one of these. I know. I bought the extra large. Although the one I really wanted was like twice this size. Yeah, it's bad enough the manuals are about this big. And then you need a magnifying glass in order to read the damn things. That's why if I can find a manual online in a PDF form, I download it. And then when I open the PDF, I can magnify the print, 100%, 125, 150. I I've got one with a light on it. I need to put batteries in it. Yeah, I bought one of them because it's either that or a magnifying glass and a flashlight. Pain in the ass. And more and more items aren't even coming with manuals anymore. They give you a website for a PDF. Irritating as hell. I'm trying to think what the hell I bought recently. Oh, what the hell did I buy? I bought something recently and it didn't come with a manual. You had to download a PDF. I said, shit is so expensive nowadays. You mean they tell me they can't print a manual? Yeah. The the beginner's drone that I bought. The manual's all fucking pictures. So I gave it to my neighbor's son. I said, here, you want a brand new drone? Here. You figure out how to work it. And half the time the pictures don't make sense. Although, have you seen some of the owner's manuals for the new cars? My buddy's got a brand new Lincoln, I think it's a Nautilus. It's not the Navigator. Aviator, maybe. Fucking manual is the size of a dictionary. It's that thick. I opened the glove box and I went, holy shit. Of course, it's in 46 different languages. That's why I'll stick with my 28-year-old cars. That's like today. Both of my watches went dead. Even with that magnifying glass, I couldn't read the numbers on that little itty bitty battery. I finally had to look both of the watches up online to find out what the hell battery it took. You know, they take them batteries that are about the size of the top of my pen. I got the magnifying glass out. I got the flashlight out. I couldn't. And I am not going to go to a jewelry store and spend, $30 to have him put a battery in my fucking watch. And I actually lucked out. I had the batteries. I have a battery. I found this battery supplier on eBay. I buy every size button cell battery out there. He sells them for like 10 for $2 or sometimes 20 for $2. I have a whole cigar box full of strips of button batteries. I got every size. Because everything takes a different battery. That's like my remotes for my TV and my Roku box. The Roku remote takes two AA. My TV remote takes two AAA. They can't even agree on one battery. Oh, I'll tell you, this battery outfit that I found on eBay, you get a strip of 10 of them button cells for $2. And he ships them for free. So I buy one of each size from that little itty dipsy doodles all the way up to the ones that are about the size of a quarter. I buy a strip of each. Because it, like, I'm a light freak, okay, Ron? So I buy those LED strip lights that go around the TV. And they come with a remote. So I have two TVs in my bedroom. I have one with my Roku box hooked to it that I watch my YouTube and stuff on. And then the other TV is for with an antenna for my local broadcast channels. So I put they're nice night lights. The one TV takes a button cell, one of them quarter size. The one remote, 2016. The other remote, 2035. So that's why I buy strips of every battery. And I have a old cigar box full. And luckily for my watches today, I had both size batteries because each watch took a different. One was like a 797 and the other one was like a 337. Even the watches can't take the same stinking batteries. You see, I'm not into. I don't play games on any of my stuff. I'm not one of them. I was never into PlayStation or any of that shit. My son had them, but it was like in the doctor's office, the 27th. I'm sitting in between. There's three women, and each one of them was playing a different game on their cell phone. I was like, geez, I can't get into any of that. Be my luck, I download a game and get a fucking virus. Christ, I can't remember what the hell I downloaded. It was in my other Moto G stylus before I bought the newer one, the 5G. I downloaded an app, which I hate apps. The app had a goddamn virus in it. Fucked up my cell phone. I ended up having to go to a cell phone shop. Guy charged me like $75 to clean the phone and reset it. Oh, I I have a multitude of virus protection on all of my computers. My computer repair guy, he puts the latest and greatest, and when it's time for an update, he tells me. And if it's one of my laptops or something, I take it to him. Otherwise, he walks me through. Yeah, I've got because I'm online so much, I can't risk it. And some of this goddamn software ain't cheap, but to me, it's worth it. Well, I've been lucky so far. I've got normal and phishing software and Christ, I got more goddamn antivirus shit than I got programs. I, yeah, now watch. I'll boot up in the morning and the goddamn computer won't boot. I've got like triple protection on my emails. And I know it works because the other day I thought I recognized the sender. I went to open the email and Jesus Christ, red flags went up everywhere. But see, they're sneaky. The beginning of the email was right, but the .com, it wasn't .com, it was .cc or dot. And I didn't read the whole address. And luckily, when I went to open it, matter of fact, the one program, it immediately deleted the email. It went away before I even knew. Yeah, I pay him good money for all this shit. And the good thing is, if a virus slips through, he fixes it for free. So, yeah, Murphy, you're right. One of these days, something will slip through. Yeah, Murphy's Law. Yeah. Although I'll tell you what, I've been with the guy for like 10 years. He just lives down the street. He's extremely reasonable. There's been several times he's fixed shit for me for free, so yeah, he's got job security. He does. I'll agree. That's like when I had to update my computers, from Windows 7 to Windows 10. He put in all new hard drives. In the one computer, he had to put a new processor. Hardly charged me anything, so I can't argue with the guy. He takes good care of me. And I get him a lot of work because he does everything and anything. Computers, cell phones. So, and like you say, he's down the street, makes it convenient. If I got something, I could walk it down to him, which is rare. Grumpy don't walk much. I'm not into that walking thing. God, like my buddy's wife, she does 3 miles every morning. Same age as me. We went to high school. We went to grade school, middle school. She gets up at 5 in the morning, which I think is insane. Goes out, walks 3 miles through her neighborhood, comes home, has breakfast. Then in the evening, she does another 3 miles. She does 6 miles a day. I told her, I said, you're sick. But it keeps her limber and works for her. Not me. I was watching. I love. Oh God, what it? Judge West and Judge Mogan and what's his name? Judge Dad McNally. And McNally had a young male in his courtroom, and he had them twisties, and it looked like he had a 600-pound tarantula on his head. And Judge Dad said, "You need a haircut." He said, "You look like you have an animal on your head." I was thinking the same thing. Looked like a big tarantula. And then Judge Mogan had a guy, he had like sticks. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it had like sticks. All over his head. They were like this size. I remember one of my neighbors used to be a deputy sheriff. Oh, I love him. He don't mince no words, man. He goes berserk. You're gonna be stuck like Chuck. I like it. Oh yeah, you think it's lollipops and rainbows and bunnies jumping in the woods. I like the shit he comes up with. I was watching him before I came on. I missed him this morning, so I was catching up. But you know, back in the day, when a prisoner came in, they'd make them take a shower, and then they'd shave their heads. Not anymore. Oh, it's against their civil rights. Sticks sticking out of their head. Twisties, look like a tarantula crawling around. Oh, he's a sharp dresser. He is a sharp dresser. God, the one day he had a tuxedo jacket. It was burgundy with the satin collar. And he must own about 10,000 bow ties. But yeah, he's a very sharp dresser. Did you ever see his aquarium? Now, I don't know if it's in his chambers or if it's in his house. It's a saltwater tank. And the fish is fucking huge. And it's, oh, what the hell is it? A bumphead cichlid. And the fish has got this big bump on its head. And the older it gets, the more mature it gets, the bigger the bump gets. Beautiful fish, but it's huge. He was doing an interview, and he was sitting in front of the aquarium, and this fish was swimming. Bumphead cichlid. Well, yeah, I'm trying to think some of the lines. He tells him, I'm going to go berserk on your bond. You'll lose your hair. What are some of the other lines? Oh yeah, he's got a line for everything. I like he goes with you. Although, what happened to Steve? All of a sudden, Steve disappeared. Did Steve retire or get transferred? I like Steve. He was intimidating as hell. I've never been able to find out what happened to Steve. You know another guy that scares the hell out of me? Mr. Allen, Judge Simpson's bailiff. He looks like he could bench press a Bentley. God, he scares me just swearing somebody in. Although I like Judge Simpson, he'll be reading, reading along, and then all of a sudden you hear Mr. Allen, and then he keeps reading, and Mr. Allen just kind of slowly walks and gets behind the guy. I really miss Steve. God, Steve looked like he was like 7 foot tall. But I haven't been able to find out what happened to him. I even asked in the chat a couple of times. I never got an answer. I'll have to look and see if there's an, an email for Judge Fleischer's staff. I would like to find out what happened to Steve. I miss him. He was intimidating, him and Mr. Allen, both of them. Two guys I wouldn't want to argue with. Judge Webster. Oh, is that the female judge with the round glasses? Yeah, she's another one you don't screw with. And you know another one I miss? Judge Manning. Evidently she don't YouTube anymore. I love Judge Manning. Pre-trial. You know the neat thing I found out about Judge Manning? Her and her husband have identical Jeeps. And every weekend they go mud bogging. She's a big Jeep, but her and her husband both have identical hopped up lifted Jeeps, and they both go mud bogging every weekend. Oh, really? YouTube shut her down? Yeah, but after a while, don't YouTube let you come back? Oh, Judge Manning, she didn't care. Yeah, she didn't give a shit who was listening, who was around. She spoke her mind. I heard her call a guy an asshole one day. I was like, whoa. Really? I didn't think she was that offensive. She was cool. And, uh, you know, she told it like it is. Yeah. Pre-trial. She always did that. Every case. Pre-trial. That was her catchphrase. And stay out of what the hell county was that? Oh, what was the county? She don't don't get gas in the county. Don't get a flat tire. Don't even think of driving through the county. Yeah, I was watching some of her old stuff today. Hey, look who's here. Ron was saying you weren't feeling well. I'm sorry to hear that. Fulton County, yeah, Fulton County, Georgia. You feeling a little better? Yeah, I told Ron, I said, I actually did some gargling about the bus crash, and then Linda isn't feeling well and she won't be here. I was like, oh, geez. Well, I'm happy to see you here. I hope you're feeling a little better. I'm trying out some new microphones, so if they don't sound great, I bought this pair of minis. They're little tiny microphones. You know, you told me last night about her DUIs. Did you see the speeding tickets? Now, I don't know if these were in a bus or her car. In February 21, she got a ticket for 71 and a 45. In May of 23, she got a ticket 74 and a 55. In September of 24, she got an 80 in a 55. And then they said, just before the accident, they checked the black box on the bus, and she was doing 54 and a 45. And then it said, she's on administrative leave and no determination has been made yet. The article also said that the school board uses an outside company to check their licenses, and she, quote, fell through the cracks. I think they need a new company. Yeah, she fell through the cracks. It was all in her car. I figured, because I think if you get a speeding ticket in a bus, you get suspended. One of the parents that they interviewed said the same thing. How the hell did she become a bus driver with a record like that? Oh, good. Kind of like locking the barn after the horse runs away. Gee. The latest news is the one is still in the hospital, which I figured. Broken pelvis, she'll probably be in the hospital for a while. But all of the other ones have been released. You know, Linda, I wonder if there was a little bit of that. Like she said, don't look too close. I'm still trying to figure out how in the hell, with 4 DUIs, she had a license. Don't school bus drivers need CDLs? I know in Ohio they do. Oh, if you're looking for Kathy, she's at her grandson's baseball game. Oh. Yeah, but doesn't the school require a CDL to drive a school bus? I know in Ohio, anything over 15 passenger, you have to have a CDL. And I thought it was a requirement. Well, every state is different. But I would think a school bus driver would be like a semi driver. Yeah, I would think that that would be like across the United States. If you're going to drive a school bus, you got to have a commercial driver's license. And our first DUI would have killed that. There's going to be some deep investigating in this one, I hope. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I see a lot of changes coming. A lot. They'll probably start random drug testing, drugs, alcohol. There's probably going to be real stringent requirements coming because there are going to be a shitload of lawsuits coming. And I would almost guarantee the parents aren't going to take a quick payoff. They're going to want to see this go to trial. Gee, I forgot to tell Kathy, pop in every now and then with the score. Maybe she'll be in before the end of the show. Plus, I wanted to tell her I bought two oven chef gloves. I went into Timu and she said, the chef gloves were $6.95. I found one, a lightning deal, $2.20. I bought two. Oh yeah, Linda, they're going to be a big investigation. Everybody is going to want to know what the hell happened. Oh, this ain't going to be no open and shut bullshit. They're going to burn her at the stake. It's just sad that she was even near a school bus, let alone driving one. Christ, she could have killed all them kids. Oh yeah, I was all set to buy the 6.95 glove, and then I started a page down, and it said chef's kitchen glove level 5, which they are. So the knife, they're like mesh, chainmail, like the old knights used to wear. And then I see this one, $2.20. I was like, whoa! Purchase 2. Because I bought them finger guards. I went over the top of the finger guard and almost cut my knuckles. I was like, rip. Every now and then, if I'm slicing, I try to. No. Grumpy ain't no Michelin chef. No. Well, they found 4, didn't they? That's why I say, how did she even have a license? Although every state's DUI laws are different. I'm pretty sure in Ohio, I can't remember if it's a 90 or 180-day suspension. And then you get like 6 points on your license. Oh, I'm sure they're going to find a lot of shit once they start digging. I guarantee there's speeding tickets there. If she if she got more than 4, there got to be more than 4. That girl's got a lead foot. Especially that one 80. What is it? 80 and 45. 80 and 55. She probably got a driving record as long as my arm. Yeah, this ain't gonna go away. There's no sweeping this under the rug now. Nope. They'll probably investigate her back to age 16 when she first got a driver's license. Just lucky for her, only one student was what I'll call seriously injured because a broken pelvis ain't nothing to screw with. The, the one article I read, the guy that was rescuing the kids said that she was still passed out. People are pulling kids from the bus and she was still passed out. She didn't even know she dumped the bus. I read every article, everyone. And I watched all the news. Yeah. I spent about an hour this morning. Yeah, that's why I say there ain't no sweeping this under the rug now. I wouldn't doubt if the state patrol is going to get involved. Because usually the state patrol is the investigating body when it comes to stuff like that. So I would tend to think the next thing you'll see is the state patrol starting an investigation. She's screwed now. She'll probably lose her driver's license for life. Linda, she had to be. How the hell can you roll a goddamn school bus and not wake up? I'd like to see what her blood count is. You know, I was thinking drugs. This is, yeah, they're going to find some dirt. So if I'm not too nosy, what was bothering you today, dear? Or just a day of the blahs? I told Ron it was going to be interesting, just him and I going back and forth. Kathy not here, you not here, Jenny's not here. Although Jenny, she's been up and down lately too. I kind of read through her Discord every now and then. It sucks to get old. I know I'm feeling this fucking reduction of my medications making me miserable. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, jeez. Oh God. Yep. You don't have to stick around if you don't want to, Linda. Was it was it sudden? Holy shit. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm sorry to hear that. Really. Oh man. I hate hearing when younger generation passes. Oh man. All right, we'll be here. Take your time. Jesus. That was the last thing I ever thought I'd hear. Man. Oh my God. I hate hearing stuff like that. That's sad. That's sad. Hang on a minute. I gotta check something. Bear with me a minute here. I gotta check something. Well, gee, God, knock. Wrong ear. Oh, man. Had to check and make sure he had the door shut. My cat will sneak out. What did I do? Hit one of the microphones? Nope, not that one. This one. There they are. No, I'm back. If See, it's not so much the door. I have an old milk chute. And if I don't close the door tight, the goddamn cat will escape. And I heard a noise out in the kitchen. I was like, oh. I thought he was trying to escape. He was playing with a cat toy. Which is odd because he don't play with cat toys much at 9 years old. Except one. The goofy SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't know what it is about that cat toy. It crackles. It's irritating as hell when he plays with it. Crackle, crackle, crackle. And he brings it in, and he leaves it in my bed. Every morning, I have to take SpongeBob and put him back in the cat toy box. Well, that's it for the coffee. I like this new brand I got. Victor Allen. Seattle Dark. Very good. Very good coffee. I picked that one up locally because I usually order all my coffee from Keurig Direct because I get a good deal. Although this was a good deal. It was 24 for $10.99. I'd never heard of it, so I decided to try it, and I'm very happy with it. I think I'll go up and get some more. Although I just put a Keurig order in, so I'll be in coffee for... I really like that machine. No wasted coffee. Only have to descale it like once every 3 months. Makes a cup of boiling hot coffee in about a minute and a half. I'm going to make clam dip this weekend. I think I'll make it Saturday morning. That way it'll be nice and chilled, and then Saturday night, I can't wait. It sounds so tasty. And I have all the ingredients all set to go. I appreciate the recipe. Plus it's easy. No difficulty. And if I like it, which I'm sure I will, there will be cans of clams always in my cupboard. Because I do all the bad things my doctor tells me not to, Eat chips and dip. Eat cookies. As a matter of fact, I got to get some more of these. They're little square wafers with coconut. Oh my God. As a matter of fact, when I got to the cash register, the girl went, "Gee, these are new." I said, "Well, I'm going to try them." And they're tasty. Anything with coconut. I love coconut. I hope Kathy pops in and gives us the score. Maybe she's listening. Kathy, I want to know the score. Did your grandson's team win? must not be listening. Maybe when she gets home from the game, we'll get the final score. I hope they win. Oh, now you got to put some good mustard on it. I used to get the bag. Every now and then I get a taste. Fire up the old toaster oven, make a soft pretzel. Then put some good mustard on it. I'm going to have to get some. Yeah, I'll have cans of clams in my can cupboard. And then I'll have to have soft pretzels in my freezer now. God, I haven't had soft pretzels in quite a while. Same thing, popcorn. I used to eat popcorn every day. Then my popcorn maker burned out. I bought a new popcorn maker. I went on Amazon and I bought all different kinds of popcorn. I got popcorn that's light red, dark red, black. I have not taken the new popcorn maker out of the box. And that's been over a year. 2 years. I haven't had popcorn in 2 years. I used to eat popcorn, soft pretzels. I always had microwave popcorn, always. And then it was cheaper to use the popcorn maker. God, I had my grandmother's old rival popcorn maker, and it finally quit. I bought a new one and have yet to use it. And in the cupboard over my stove, there's got to be 8 different kinds of popcorn. Haven't made, as a matter of fact, I got a big container of what is it? Coconut oil. Yeah, coconut oil. Because that's what the movie theaters use. I found that out. Movie theaters make their popcorn in coconut oil. Well, some movie theaters cheat and get the bags of pre-made popcorn and put it under a warming lamp. Oh, Saturday morning, I'm going to make the clam dip. And that way, by Saturday night, it'll be nice and chilled. That's my thing for Saturday morning. Because I got everything set out. I got the strainer on the counter, everything's ready. Strain them clams, let them drip for a couple hours, shake them every now and then then make the dip. I'm set to go, buddy. Well, I figure before I eat it, I'll whip the hell out of it. I've got a neat little, I got a small whisk. I'll beat the shit out of it before I eat it. Because, yeah, it'll thicken. Chips will be breaking. Pisses me off when the potato chips break in the dip. Yeah, I can't wait to try it. I'm excited, buddy. I appreciate you giving me the recipe. Because I love clams. Oh, you know, I used to take, when I would make tuna casserole, I would add chopped clams. It would be a tuna clam casserole. And everybody's like, ugh. Oh, it was delicious. But I haven't made that in. See, I don't make big containers of stuff anymore because just me. That's why I like the little crock pot that I got. It's like it's either a quart and a half or 2 quarts. I got it at Family Dollar. Matter of fact, I bought it at Family Dollar. It was $10. I go in after Christmas. It's on the end cap reduced to $5. So I bought another one. It's in my broom cupboard. Brand new. Oh, I'll probably eat the whole container. Yeah, I got ruffled sets of bridges. I had regular chips, and then yesterday I went out and bag of ruffles because I know sometimes dip gets a little on the thicker side. So I'm one step ahead there. Yeah, my nightstand in my bedroom, chips, cookies. Yeah, my doctor ever saw that he'd kill me. But there's nothing, and I got a small dorm refrigerator. There's nothing more relaxing than to lay in bed, watch TV, and eat chips and dip. Nice bedtime snack. Yeah, my refrigerator's always stocked with ginger ale, chip dip. Oh, it's not nice to eat in front of people. Nothing irritates me more than to be watching somebody on a live stream and they're eating. Like, what the hell? Kafar. Christ, the other night he was eating a hoagie. Not polite to eat in front of people. Yeah, I think he had a Subway sandwich or something. He was eating a hoagie during his live stream. I mean, it's bad enough I sit here drinking coffee, but gee. Yeah, but it's different. I'm not live streaming from a restaurant. To me, that's inconsiderate. You're live streaming, you're talking to people, and you're eating a fucking sandwich. Like you say, he had a big hoagie he was eating. I was like, oh, come on. That's just me. I was taught different. God, if I, my grandmother always had a wooden spoon. I'd be sitting at the table. I'd start talking with food in my mouth. Thwack! Oh, okay. Don't talk with the mouth full. All right, all right, all right. I'll think about it. I'll give it some serious thought. Maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it. I just think it's rude. Although they do it on food TV all the time. God, if I see one more commercial for frickin' fry pans, Jesus. I'm a 3-star Michelin chef. Who cares? All of a sudden now every Michelin and James Beard nominated chef is hawking some kind of cookware on YouTube. I'm tired of seeing advertisements for fry pans. I've used these pans for 20 years. Well, good for you. And every one of them, oh, I'm a Michelin chef. Who cares? The one just before I came on. I'm a James Beard nominated chef. Well, if you didn't get the award, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I know, Ron, but I like to have a little decorum, you know? All right, I cuss and swear on here, which you shouldn't even do, but I just, certain things I kind of draw a line at, you know? How does the background look? I changed the lighting a little bit. I kind of softened it. There was too much red up in this corner and too much blue in the bottom there and too much yellow over here, so I kind of softened the lighting a little bit. I think it looks good. I like this background. I got it off of you. Got it off a good old Temu for $1. Final closeout. I was like, reminds me of the old days growing up. Because we had a TV like this growing up. A Dumont. I remember a Dumont. Looked just like this. 3 knobs. I can't remember what the gizmo was here. Yeah, a Dumont. Never even. I mean, RCA, okay, Emerson, Dumont. I think my father got a deal on it. Nobody in the neighborhood had a Dumont except us. And we had rabbit ears. It used to piss you off. Change the channel, you had to adjust the rabbit ears. I remember one night, I can't remember what program was on. The only way we could get a picture was if I held onto the rabbit ears. And I think the show was a goddamn hour. I had to stand there and hold the rabbit ears. Kids nowadays don't realize that remote controls back when I was growing up with us. I'd be sitting next to the couch. My father would be, hey, change the channel. There. I'd let go. No! I'm trying to think what we had. I can't remember what there was only one program that my father watched on UHF. It wasn't wrestling. I can't remember what it was. Maybe boxing. Him being a boxer. Yeah, I think it was boxing. Yeah, amateur. It was amateur boxing. It was on Saturday night on UHF. But I used to hate it. Every time you change a channel, you had to adjust the goddamn rabbit ears. You'd have one that was 6 foot long, and the other one would be 6 inches long, and down, up, twin. Then the TV come in perfect, and then you'd have to stand there and hold it, because if you let go, the TV channel would go away. Rabbit ears were a pain in the ass back in the day. Because the cable broke on our rooftop antenna. And my father refused to climb up there and fix it. So we bought rabbit ears. Because we never had that problem when we were using the antenna on the roof. Then we had a storm and it broke one of the connections. I ain't climbing up there to fix that. I guess Kathy ain't gonna come on and tell us what the score was. I was kind of hoping she would. Game should be over by now. Maybe they went out to McDonald's after the game. Get the winners a burger. I remember when my son was playing t-ball, he always wanted to stop at Taco Bell for a couple of tacos after the game. No burgers, no fries, tacos. That was when you could get like 10 in a box for $1 or something. Things used to be cheap back in the day. Now you get one Big Mac and an order of fries and it's $10. I never cared for Slurpees. It's like Circle K has Polar Pops. I'm not into that frozen stuff. Christ, the other day when I was getting my chip dip, a guy had goddamn Polar Pop. And they sell them big, gigantic mugs that hold about a gallon. You buy a mug and you get a discount on your Polar Pop. Matter of fact, the 7-Eleven that used to be down at the corner closed up. It's now a cell phone store. It went bankrupt. I never heard of a 7-Eleven going bankrupt. That one did. Then 7-Eleven came out and removed all the signs and everything, and they say now it's a cell phone shop. Matter of fact, the Burger King that used to be down the street, one of the pipes broke under the floor and they never reopened it. They closed it. I don't know, maybe too expensive to fix the floor or what. Just a vacant Burger King sitting. I don't know why they don't tear it down or do something with the building. And I can't understand why they didn't fix it. Place was always busy. But something broke under the floor. I don't know whether it was a water pipe or they never fixed it. I don't know, maybe the guy didn't have insurance. I don't know. It's been sitting vacant for, God, 5, 6 years now. I would have figured the city would have had them tear the building down or do something with it, but I don't know. Now the Burger King is shit 10 blocks from me, so I don't go to Burger King no more. Baby. Home of the Hopper. Well, Ron, I think it's about that time. Go make me some dinner. And figure out what I'm going to do tonight. There was something I was going to do. I can't remember. There was something I wanted to watch. Can't remember what it was. I probably missed it now. Yeah, we made it 2 hours. I try to go at least 2. Sometimes we go well over. Especially if we're really chatting away. But I appreciate you hanging in there. Otherwise, it would have just been me talking to myself all night. Tell Linda that I'll be thinking about her. I hate hearing that bad news. And thank her. Send her a text thanking her for at least popping in. I appreciate it. Man, she got nothing but bad luck. God damn. I hate hearing that. Oh, we know where, right here. WDWL TV. And with that, hey Linda, have a good evening, sweetheart. I'm sorry to hear the bad news. Hang in there, dear. I appreciate you popping in. I didn't expect it, so it's greatly appreciated. Hang in there, sweetheart. And with that, we will meet again tomorrow night. Everybody, take care.